Hello, and welcome to another episode of Montana Shares, your opportunity to find out about the nonprofits that make our state so great. I'm your host, Bill Crane, and today we have Aiyana and Crimson with Last Chance Community Powwow. Welcome, ladies. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good,
How are
you?
I'm doing pretty well. Busy day, but it's going good and enjoying the sunshine. And so we have a powwow coming up, which we'll talk about shortly, but in the last few days you have been, well, not the last few days, the last month, you've been doing a lot of dancing up at the Historical Society. Tell us about it. Who wants it? You got it.
We've had like taco stands and stuff at the Historical Society, which we fundraise up for the powwow, and we have like a group of like females because we don't have any male dancers right now. But we dance for like the public, and we kind of like have like an entertainment while there's like food being sold.
Right?
And people enjoy watching the dancers.
It's a lot of fun. I've been up there a few times. So this may air in time for your last one, which is next Monday, which is, what day is that? Do you know? We'll blow it off if we can't think about it. The last Monday in July, just for reference. And so you're raising funds for the powwow. So let's talk about the powwow. It's coming up at the end of September, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And it goes for 3 days. Is that also correct?
Yes.
Okay. So let's try to capture the experience of what the powwow is like for someone. And I guess let's back up a step. Who do you want to come up to the powwow?
The powwow is open for anybody. It's not like a certain type of age group or anything. Like there's times they have like intertribals, which are like when you can go out and anybody can dance, and like small children can go out there, or like people who can't necessarily dance can go out there.
That would be me.
Or like people in wheelchairs, they can have like their family members go out there and wheel them around, because it's not meant for like one person, it's meant for everybody.
Okay. And so that happens all 3 days. There'll be various times that you can participate in that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so anyone can come. That will establish an audience, families, everyone's welcome.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's try to capture the experience. What happens? We'll start Friday night, beginning of the powwow.
Well, Friday night, the beginning, or like earlier on Friday, it's demonstration day. It's where like little kids from like different schools, they come and like watch us dance. And like we dance with them and we do round dances with them.
And that goes on through the school time, or earlier in the day at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then later night, that's when the powwow starts.
Okay. So we'll go back to you. Now we're starting with grand entrance. Is that the right term? Grand entry?
Yeah, grand entry. Grand entry is when we have our Eagle staff carrier, which carries our Eagle staff. Basically, it's like a flag out of like eagle feathers and stuff. And they bring it in, and behind them follows like a bunch of veterans who carry in very different type of like flags and stuff. So they have them bring those in, and then they have like representatives for each flag, and then they kind of like, it's like honoring the elders, children, and then the veterans all at once, because then you have the dancers behind them.
And how long does this entry normally take?
Well, there's like several different parts of it, because you go in and you just have like grand entry, like the beginning part where everybody dances their way and makes their way into the arena. And then after that, we all stand for a flag song for like respect, I guess, for like elders and like veterans and anybody. And then after that, we do a victory dance around, and then you kind of like, that's when you dance your hardest, and you're supposed to be like, it's for everybody.
Okay. Well, we'll go back to you. Then what happens?
After grand entry, I think you do an intertribal.
Yeah, you do an intertribal,
Yeah.
because everybody's out there, so then it's like everybody dancing.
Yeah.
There are like a few that leave though.
Okay. And so there's probably more to the evening yet. Tell me more.
So for like the evening, sometimes depending on like the day, well, generally most days there's specials and stuff, and times they'll have days where there's like, they'll call out like all like the children and have them all come out. Yeah, competition is part of it too. But they'll have like all the children come out, and like they'll give out things for children or for like elders, depending on what their special is. And they have like competitions, and then like just like free dancing.
Okay. So let's make it personal. What's your favorite thing to do?
I like dancing, but my favorite thing to watch is the men's fancy, I guess, like dancing. Yeah.
And tell us a little bit more about that.
Like, I don't know.
Gonna help her out here.
like like fancy dance for like boys and men. They kind of like, there's some children or men who like they do like flips and stuff, and they have huge bustles on their back, which is kind of interesting because it's like you think they'd be heavy. So I don't know if they're heavy or not because I've never touched one, but they like, I don't know, it's really cool.
And they usually like have bright colors, like neon green, bright red. So it's like a mix of bright colors, and it just looks cool.
And I'm assuming this is acts of athleticism, basically.
Yes.
Okay. What's your favorite part?
I kind of like when like sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. They have like team dance, and it's like where there's like a group of dancers and they all kind of do the same thing or have like a routine that they do, and they compete against each other. But it's like really cool because like you get to see these people who've either they've worked on it throughout the past while or like throughout the 3 days. They'll like tell you before, and then they've worked on it, and then like I don't know, they're just all like doing the same thing, and it's really cool.
Right. So good choreography and well organized dance.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm assuming there's other aspects to this whole event, like crafts and food and things like that?
Yeah, they have arts and craft vendors. It's like around the arena. Like you can go look at things. Like there's beadwork, there's like animal fur and stuff, and then there's a concession stand with Indian tacos.
And so this is in the new building out at the fairgrounds? Is that a correct statement?
It's at the exhibit hall.
Okay. And so pretty much everything will take place in the one building?
Yeah.
Okay. And what else do we need to cover that takes place?
There's giveaways sometimes. It's where like, well, last year we did a round dance, and in the round dance, someone would go out and pass, like give you a gift. And there's, there's a potato dance.
Oh, I want to hear about it.
I've never done it, but I've seen it. It's like where, I think it involves a potato.
They take a
I don't know.
potato, put it between their forehead, and they'll tell you to like jump and stuff, and it's for anybody in the public. So like if it was like a husband and wife and they want to go out there, or like siblings and stuff, or just basically anybody, they go out there and they put a potato between their foreheads, and then they're like, touch the ground, and you have to like walk and stuff with it, and they'll tell you to jump, and they tell you to do like a bunch of stuff, and then they have like to see whoever like gets like to the very end. I believe they win the whole stack of potatoes.
That's quite the prize. Okay, so potato dance, another one of your favorites, eh?
It's fun to watch.
Fun to watch, I can well imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anything else? Or should we just cover the basics one more time?
Competition. We didn't really explain that.
Okay, let's go into competition then.
Well, it like goes by categories. There's tiny tots, juniors, teens, and like adults, and then golden age. It goes in like an order.
And we've talked about fancy dancing a little bit. Tell us a little bit more about the other styles.
There's the girl styles, which is jingle,
Mm-hmm.
fancy shawl, and traditional, and then the guys is fancy, chicken, grass, and men's traditional.
Mm-hmm. So you'll be dancing in the girls, is that correct?
Teens.
Teens, okay.
Yes.
And what are your categories? Same as the other ones?
Jingle.
Jingle.
That's my category.
Okay. And yours?
My category is fancy shawl.
Okay. And any other, so same types of categories as you move through the upper ages?
Yeah, it's the same categories throughout, but then there's just like, they have like aging and stuff, so it's not like a 3-year-old competing against like a 50-year-old.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
like,
where's the fun in that? Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about the date and time once more. It's September 28th through the 30th, which is a Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday,
yes.
correct? So even though the grand entry is at 7, there'll be events going on before that with kids in particular, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They have groups of like students throughout like schools and stuff from like our area. They come in and it's different, like they'll have times for like certain like grades and stuff, so you have like the same children levels. And then there's like a lot of them, and we have them come in and like dance with us, and it gets like really hectic, but it's fun.
Okay. And it's summertime, so it's a little hard to believe that school will be back in, but I guess that makes a lot of sense in September.
Yeah.
Okay, so it goes Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and everyone's welcome,
Yes.
and there's competition, there's food, there's crafts, and everyone should come out and have fun, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else to wrap up on?
I don't think so.
Okay, make some jingly sounds. There we go.
Oh my God.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for being on the show today, ladies. And as always, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you in a couple of weeks.